We live in a player versus player world. Everybody's constantly competing for resources, for money, for places to live, for the job they want, for the girl they want, for basically anything and everything they could want. So to be honest, you need every advantage you can get. If you're an average young man, there's no doubt you have a long road from where you are now to being successful. And a big part of that road is simply staying away from the bad habits that will keep you weak and miserable. The first habit is playing video games. Now, I don't care what anybody says, playing video games is a phenomenal waste of time. You know, oh, but my hand-eye coordination, it's helping. No, it doesn't help. It doesn't help your hand-eye coordination more than, I don't know, maybe going out and playing a sport or actually doing something that uses your hands and your eyes more than this would do. The worst part about video games is that they play on the hopes and aspirations of young men. They play on young men's natural competitive spirit. They get you to level up, you know, get better, and then you spend all this time grinding out these levels for an imaginary video game that doesn't exist. All that time you just put into these games should be time that you're putting into improving your stats in real life. The second worst habit is smoking weed. See, here in the West, weed is glorified as this, you know, miracle drug that makes you happy and relaxed. Smoking weed doesn't make you into a cool guy or make you happy or make your problems go away. It just makes you lazy and incompetent and allows you to sit on your couch and be brain dead for hours on end without having to think about your real life problems that you should be addressing. The third worst habit for young men is drinking. Now, I'm not saying that you shouldn't go to parties or that you shouldn't socialize. I think it's incredibly important to go out and be social, work on your social skills, meet new people, have different experiences that you can learn from. Thing is though, I don't believe that you should be going out and getting absolutely wasted. Now, sometimes it'll make for a funny story, sure. The other half of the time, you're gonna do something that you're gonna regret. You see, all the real positives that you get from going out are actually mitigated by drinking. Because the positives of going out is, number one, practicing your social skills, and number two, forming meaningful connections with other people. But when you're drunk, you're not really practicing your social skills. Even though it might be easier to talk to that person, you're not actually getting better at talking to new people. Also, the odds of you forming a meaningful connection while you're drunk are incredibly low. Most likely the people you meet when you're out wasted are just going to be other drunken idiots. The fourth habit is constantly chasing women. You see, most guys spend the majority of their time either trying to get laid, thinking about getting laid, or watching somebody else get laid. All of which is a phenomenal waste of time. That time should be spent focusing on getting better and working towards meaningful goals. Now, I'm not saying you have to become celibate, you know, shave your head and move to a monastery. No. That's not what I'm saying. You can still enjoy positive relationships with women. It's just that it should not be a focal point of your life. You see, right now, there's a huge gap between where you are and where you want to be. And there's a lot of work to be done in between. And that takes a lot of time. Time that you're spending watching porn. Fifth habit is staying in your comfort zone. The expression, "comfort is the killer of man," frames this perfectly. You see, in life, you're gonna be in some bad situations. There's gonna be times where the odds are stacked against you, heavily. So you gotta arm yourself with the correct weapons to be able to handle those situations. And the only way to do so is with knowledge that has been gained through experience. See, when you face difficult obstacles, it forces you to figure out a way to adapt so that you can overcome them. Sometimes facing obstacles can be uncomfortable. However, if you don't get used to that discomfort, you will never get better. So you need to get used to the suck. You need to get used to being in discomfort. So make sure that every single day you are doing things that scare you. You are doing things that make you uncomfortable. If you enjoyed my video, make sure to subscribe. If you want more information on this topic and other self-improvement topics, I have a website, it's maledharma.blog. Thank you so much for watching and have a great night.